Alex and I are now going to demonstrate how to use a Hada meter to determine your basic pattern of breathing. Now, to do this, we're going to use a different display for the Hada meter. The smaller one, which comes with the Hada meter, looks like this. That's what most people will have. What we have is the instructor and demonstration model meter. It's a little easier to see on camera. So the first thing that Alex is going to do is put on the Hada meter. We have our previous video instructions of how to do that, so we're not going to walk through that at this point. Okay, so he has a snug fit, a good knot, and he's going to inflate the bladder. And as you can see, the needle is going up on the meter, and these numbers don't correspond with any specific goal or anything like that. The only thing we're going to look at is to measure the difference in the expansion and contraction of your lower abdomen, and each time you put it on, you'll have different numbers. It's not like blood pressure where you're shooting for a particular number. So as you can see, his normal state here is right around 80 on the needle. And the first thing you want to do is breathe naturally and pay attention to what happens with the needle. And as we have in a previous video on the blog, we talk about 3 different types of breathing. The first is thoracic or chest breathing, and in that the chest moves in and out, the lower abdomen is hardly engaged, and you really don't see movement in the needle. So you can see there, Alex probably has to concentrate pretty clearly on how to do that, but you see very little motion in the meter. So a lot of people, this is the natural state, the way that they breathe. Now the second level of breathing, and again we want you to note what's your natural pattern, is what we call abdominal or diaphragmatic breathing. And in that, the lower abdomen goes in and out like a bellows. When you inhale, it goes up, the lower abdomen is expanding. When you breathe out, it goes down, it's contracting. So again, it goes up when you inhale and down when you exhale. That's abdominal or thoracic breathing. And then we get to the third level. What we aspire to in our training is Hada or Tandem breathing. And in that, it's going to start out like abdominal breathing. As he breathes in, it goes up. But when he exhales, it's going to stay roughly the same at the same point. So he's exhaling now, and the needle stays generally the same. It doesn't have to be exactly the same value, but just can fluctuate in the same area. And if you notice, when he's breathing in and out, it stays the same. And if he relaxes his lower abdomen completely, it goes down to his baseline, and you can see it's this arbitrary 80 on the meter. So you can use this as a first step to determine how you breathe. And the type of exercises you're going to want to do will depend on this. Now, one thing I want to make clear is that these are not necessarily discrete. It's not that some people are simply thoracic breathers, some people are abdominal breathers, some people are Hada breathers. Some people it's a mix, or they might do different ones at different times. But this gives you an idea of what you need to work on. If you cannot get any movement in the meter, it means you are largely chest breathing, and that's your important starting place to figure out what can be done so that you can expand your abdomen when you inhale.